Alright, so once you finish cutting out the tiles of the solve side, it's really self-explanatory. Just basically transfer these to here. So take the top part of the tile, the clear tile off, put the other tile on top, and then place the clear one back on, like that. So just do that for all the tiles until you have it done like that. Alright, so once you've put all the top tiles on top, really, you just need to flip over. Well, once you've double checked that they're all in the right place, flip it over. You need to flip all the tiles over, and then number them again back to the starting position, and make sure none of the papers fall out, or else you'll have to start over again. Alright, I flipped over all the tiles, so now, like I said, the numbers on the tiles that you have still written in tape, you're going to need to number them the same way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 being on the top, and then 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16 on the bottom. So that it should be, the link ring should be showing again. Alright, so once you've arranged all the tiles in their correct order by the tape and the positions of the tiles, it should look like the rings are linked again. Now you just have to, what you need to do is take off all the tape, because you're not going to need that anymore. So yeah, take off all the tape and then proceed on to the next step. Alright, so once you have all the tape off, the next thing you have to do is take each individual tile, and before we start actually stringing the puzzle to make it work, what we're going to do is we have to start cutting grooves for where the strings have to go on the tiles, because the paper doesn't have, the paper is perfectly square where the tiles aren't. Tiles have little grooves right here, so you're going to have to cut the paper out of that to make room for the strings, just so it doesn't get like compressed with the strings. You might not even have to do this step because the strings can just do it themselves, but if you want like a really high quality magic where the tiles look like perfect and stuff like me, then you want to do this. So what you're going to do is make sure that all the papers are squared up inside, because if they're off to the side, then it's not going to turn out that good. So make sure all the papers are all squared up inside, and then you're going to take your knife finally, and you're just going to scrape the paper out of the groove like this, and just do that. You need to make sure that the papers inside still stay squared up, and just carve the paper out of the tiles like so, and do that for all the tiles on all the sides, and then put them back. Alright, so once you're finished cutting all the excess paper out from the tiles, you can finally start stringing it. First thing you want to do is scooch all of them over to your left, like this. And then you need to take all these tiles on the bottom row, like this, and move them as a whole, and align them so that they're facing right next to the tiles on the top. Okay, I don't think this is going to fit on my table. I'll try. Alright, it fits if like they're leaning off the edge. So yeah, align them so that they're all the way across from each other like this. Now, what you're going to be doing is just stringing sets of 3 tiles together, and then when you finally get to the last few tiles, you're just going to string them together. First thing you're going to do is just take the first 3 tiles of your big length and put them in front of you like this, and then take your big thing. So after you've moved over your big group of tiles, and then you have your first 3 tiles in front of you. For those of you who don't really know how to string tiles at all, you start with 3, and then one of these strings will cover 3 tiles. For this, you start with the first tile like this, and the string wraps around the back of this little corner and comes down in these 2 grooves like here, going diagonally this way. Then the strings keep zigzagging between the other tiles, and then eventually hooks around at the end of the little corner on the last tile. Alright, I'm going to try to demonstrate this as best as I can. First of all, on the string, you'll notice there's a little metal groove. That metal groove, somewhere on your magic tiles, it has to fit into the center of one of these big grooves right here, not in one of these little ones, or else it'll affect the turning of the magic. So, start out by taking your first tile, like this, and then you take your string and wrap it around this corner groove in the back right here, and move it down into this groove. And see, I slid this metal bit into here, like here, in this groove. Alright, so now you're holding your string like this. Now, when you wrap it around, since the string is going, this end of the string is going to bounce off here and go under this corner and go under the corner. The string is going to zigzag between the tiles. Now, something you want to notice is when the strings are crossing each other, like you'll notice right here, the strings will be crossing each other right there. Now, when they cross each other, what you have to make sure is that the string that's coming from what's coming from above a tile, it has to go over the other string. So this string that's going over the tile right here that I'm moving, that goes over the intersecting string, and this tile that's coming from this string right here, I'm moving right now, that's coming from under this little corner right here, that goes under this string that's over the tile, and then it goes above the next tile. So over here, it keeps reflecting over and under the tiles. So we'll lay this tile on top like this, and then we repeat the process, and we just keep zigzagging the string around. See, it now goes around this corner, and this string goes around here. Okay. Alright, now after you've zigzagged the strings around the tiles, you should come to a point where it's tight enough and then it's about to come to the end of the tile like this. I can't really pick this up and show it that well, but I'll try. See, we've got three we got 3 tiles strung together like this, and then the end of the string is right here. And this string is going to go over that little corner right there. So, alright, so we put this down on the table, and very carefully we're going to grab our hairpin, and we're going to stick it under the string, like so. See, it's on the string right now. And then, let's see, we're going to pull the string over the corner right here. So, pull, and it should snap on, and then you remove the pin. Okay, this is probably very hard to see, but what we did, as you can see, this string right here, it's going, this string wraps around this corner, goes down here, then under this little corner, and comes back up here, then goes under that little corner, and comes back up here, and then goes under this little corner, goes back up here.